Understanding and solving null pointer exception in Java's AuctionHouse class. As a Java developer, encountering a null pointer exception can be both frustrating and daunting, especially if you're working on a complex application. This runtime error often involves attempting to use a reference that points to no location in memory, effectively, a null reference. One common scenario where you might encounter this is when trying to add an auction within an AuctionHouse class. Common causes of null pointer exception. Understanding the typical causes of a null pointer exception can help you diagnose the issue faster. Here are some reasons why it might occur when you're adding an auction. Uninitialized object. If the instance of the auction class or any field within it is not initialized, attempting to access its methods or properties will throw this exception. Null field within object. The AuctionHouse class might be attempting to access fields within an auction object which are themselves null. Missing dependency injection. If dependencies required by the AuctionHouse for execution aren't correctly injected or initialized, this could lead to attempting to call methods on null objects. Improper collection handling. If the auctions are stored in a collection like a list or a map, and the collection is not initialized before use, you may encounter this error. Preventive measures and solutions. Implementing certain precautionary measures in your AuctionHouse class can greatly reduce the incidence of these errors. Initialize objects and collections. Ensure that all objects and collections, such as ArrayList or HashMap, are initialized before they're used. This might look like: use optional. Java 8 introduced the optional class to avoid null checks. Utilizing it where applicable can guard against null pointers. Null checks. Prior to using any object, implement null checks to handle potential null values gracefully. You can use Java's built-in objects.require non-null method to throw an illegal argument exception if a value is null. Constructor safeguarding. Validate that all mandatory fields are non-null when constructing your objects. Throw informative exceptions if they are. Effective use of testing. Implement test cases that cover scenarios where null might be inadvertently passed into methods or constructors. Debugging tips. When encountering a null pointer exception, start by checking the stack trace. This usually indicates the exact location of the problem. Look for null evaluations happening on your call paths and method invocations. Carefully review variable initializations and ensure all state modifying methods are functioning as intended before use. Learning to effectively manage and prevent null pointer exception is a crucial skill in Java programming, especially with complex applications like an auction system. This will not only enhance the robustness of your application but also improve your confidence in handling runtime errors efficiently.